Assalamu alaikum, my name is Shuibe. You're watching my journey to Islam on One Ummah TV. So my name is Shuibe Mujahid Ibn Daoud al-Barbadi. I'm originally from Barbados. It's been 6 years now I reverted to Islam and I reside in Ilford Manor. Life before Islam, there was no life before Islam, as it was delusional and full of darkness. From the time I was 6 to like 12 years old, I go to church, knew all my Bible stories. But obviously it's not true, because I couldn't understand how God could have a son and do all these evil things to people for no apparent reason. I wasn't a very good person, used to do very bad things, didn't have no soul. For like 2 years of my life I didn't believe in God, even after going to church for so long. Drinking, smoking, anything that I could do. I had no soul, and I had no consequences of what I done, because I didn't care. For like 6-7 years of my life I was also a Rasta, my dreads down, smoking weed, not eating no meat, you know, just thinking about stuff. But when I really looked into Rastafarianism, it still wasn't what I was searching for in my life, and it still left me empty. So being a Rasta, man, is like, basically for me it was just racism, because that's what I was filled with most of the time. You know, smoking weed, getting closer to God. To say would help you to smoke the weed, get you closer to God. Not eating meat, keeping your body pure from the Nazarite vow that was in the Bible from Isa alayhi salam. No razor should come upon my head, upon my face, no unclean things should I eat. But even as saying that, knowing about Rastafarianism is what actually brought me into Islam more. Because as I looked up about Haile Selassie, he never used to smoke no weed, he didn't have no dreads, and the funny thing about it is the person he took over from was a Muslim that used to smoke hashish, and this is what he didn't like. Obviously, growing up in the church, knowing about all my Bible stories, I've always loved God. But nothing that I went through could stop me from doing bad things to myself. I couldn't get closer to God in whatever I do. So when I became a Rasta, it just filled me with even more hate, because I was racist towards people, towards white people, black people, anyone really who didn't have dreads on their head, who didn't see my point of view. And I used to go around telling people about becoming Rasta, about heights in these heights, about smoking weed, getting closer to God in this sort of situation. I read a book, which is the Rastaman's Bible, called the Holy Bible. And it filled me with so much rage. I couldn't believe this, because everything that I'm learning inside of Rastafarianism, this book is telling me totally different. I started reading about Haile Selassie, and his teachings as well is totally different to what they tell me in Rastafarianism. Even like other Rastas, they're racist towards you because you're not from their like sect. So I just started doing Rastafarianism my own certain way, because I couldn't believe a man could be God again. This is another reason why I came to Islam. And one time I went for a job and I met this Muslim bro, and I used to have these dreams that I'm fighting, and you know, this is how we are, lions. This is how a Rasta man should be. And at that time I'm still a Rasta, and I met this boy, and he started telling me, you know, I like how you speak, I like your zeal, this sort of stuff. And he said, why don't you come to my house after? Now, I don't know this boy from Adam, but he's telling me to come to his house. I'm like, sure, why not, you know? I can tell you about Rasta. So he took me to his house and he gave me 12 CDs by a Sheikh, Muhammad Abdullah Faisal. Yeah? And wallahi, I've never listened to Islamic talk. Even though knowing about Islam, I've never listened to an Islamic talk. And everything this guy is telling me on this talk is relating to my situation, and about Tawheed and believing about the oneness of Allah, and about the situation and natural disasters. Everything he's telling me is bringing me closer. But I shrugged it off because I'm a Rasta and I don't need this, yeah? So as I started my job, I met another Muslim. Known to me, they knew each other, but they didn't know they know me. So I'm talking to him, I'm asking him questions about Islam, I'm trying to refute him for my Rastafarism. He's telling me no. And the one thing he told me, he said, al-mushrikeen al-najis, and some of you knows what that means. And I thought to myself, is this true though? Is it really true? And like I said, I used to do dubious things, and I was telling a guy about Rastafarism, and I used to sell these things. And he says to me, how can you be teaching me about life when you are selling death? And nothing in my life hit me more harder than that. And I said, this can't be for me. There's no way, how can I give something to someone when I'm taking so much from people? And I went back to work and I'm talking to this guy. And I said, I need to make a change. He says, take your shahada, come now. He says, nah, give me 2 years. Give me 2 years and I'll become Muslim. He says, okay, you could die today. And I went home and I was in bed with my now wife, and something took me. And I got out of bed and I made sujood, and I didn't know it was sujood, and I made sujood on the floor, and I asked God just to help me. Because
SubhanAllah, man. SubhanAllah.
I don't want this life. And it was a Thursday, he told me to come to Islam. And on Saturday, I said my shahada, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Muhammadan Rasulullah. And I ain't looked back since, you know what I mean? Life after Jahiliyyah for me, becoming Muslim, is one of the best things, my personal view, that could be. I used to be filled with a lot of hate, a lot of depression and anger. I don't get depressed no more. You know, my hatred is gone, racism is gone. I understand why Allah made me how we are. I understand why Allah made the different sanctions in us. I still get angry, but now I know why I'm getting angry. I know how to deal with this anger and keep on going. So, and for me, like, there's always life after Islam. Like before, darkness is over, you have that light. So after Jahiliyyah, I've just met so many people now that's changed me and helped me in such a good way that it's unbelievable, you know. People that I would have never even talked to if I wasn't Muslim. To deal with God changing, I think it did. Because now I know a more perfect way to express my gratitude and thankfulness for what he's done for me, giving me my life, being able to pray to him properly, and, you know, explaining myself. It's just, yeah, some people say it's repetitive, but for those 5 minutes or 10 minutes that you're praying to Allah, you know, alhamdulillah, he's listening to you, he's helping you, he's guiding you through, you know. And these things, it keeps you away from a lot of badness in your life. So yeah, it has changed my relationship with God as well. Anyone considering Islam, then start considering and make that effort. The hardest thing you can do is to take your shahada, because everything around you is going to tell you you don't want to give up your lifestyle. But you have to think about, what is your lifestyle doing to you? What is it doing for you? You could be a millionaire, but the £1 million or the $1 million, whatever you're making, isn't helping you in the life that we have hereafter, and even helping you in this life, because the more you spend, the more you get, you just want more. You're hurting people around you. If you're considering Islam, it'd be the best option for you to change your life and to keep the focus as well. Anyone who's already like Buddhist or like I was a Rasta, you can see the holes inside of these religions where they try to take away, like they tell you about living for the world or not living for the world, but not the way Islam tells you, not living for the world, because the world was put here for us. So we still have to use the resources or whatever it has. We don't need to live without it, we just need to live with it, like, you know. Any new Muslims out there watching, my advice to you, because you've already searched and you found Allah, don't stop searching. And I mean, don't stop searching for the truth. The thing I'm gonna say, like groups as well, forget about the groups. Because the thing with groups is that when you get into a group and you're a new Muslim, you start to depend on that group. Now how are you gonna function without that group? So you need to be searching, yeah, with a group, go to talks or whatever, but you still need to search by yourself, and you need to know yourself and how you're gonna deal with situations. The only other advice is, if you're not married, try and find a wife or a husband.
That's gold. Golden advice. Golden advice.
That was my journey to Islam on Wonder Movie TV. The only thing I like to do is, again, in front of everyone watching, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah Muhammadan Rasulullah, that there's no other God or deity to be worshipped but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. And alhamdulillah, we keep strong as a ummah, we keep going, we overcome the problems that are coming up, and we just keep going strong. Inshallah, who knows me, make dua for me. Who don't know me, make dua for me. And inshallah, one day you'll be my neighbors in paradise, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وإيماني أضاء الكون وزمن بإسلامي وإيماني أضاء الكون وزمن بإسلامي وإيماني أضاء الكون والزمن بإسلامي وإيماني أضاء الكون